If you're a heat and air machine technician or even a salesperson, what should you do if there's a mutiny in your company, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you. I'm coming to you live from rainy California. So I want to talk to you today about mutinies. Mutinies, and this is super important. As a company grows, as there's changes inside of an organization, there's things that you either like or don't like. It's the normal part of business. And so here's what typically happens is a employee or a group of employees dislike a manager or owner. Like something they did or said really freaks them out, puts some sand in their emotional crevice, and they don't like it. So they go on a warpath and they're like, here's what we're going to do is we're going to take this person out. We are going to get rid of them. It's not their decision, but they decide that this is what they want to do. And this is usually a group of 2 or 3 or more, right? There's usually 2 or 3 people who get really upset about something. And then what really causes this is a change in policy, a change in management, or just overall compensation and pay plan. You know, so you get people who decide that they're going to go on a warpath, that they're super upset and angry that changes have been made. Now, here's a couple things you need to know. Evolution of business says there's going to be changes. Lead managers, general managers typically change about every 3 years. And, you know, companies are like, hey, we've got all these things that are going on and we want to perform and we want to make money. And sometimes it gets stagnant. So owners will come in and say, we're going to change management. And almost every time that there's a management change, the rules change. And almost every time management changes, the manager, the new general manager, brings their friends. So people who were supposed to get to the next position, all that goes out the window, right? And sometimes it doesn't, but most of the times it does. And what you need to know is this is where people typically start freaking out because they go, I put in time, energy, effort, risk, money, reputation for me to get that spot, get that position, get that money, have that deal. And instead of going, look, I recognize this is part of business. I got my feelings hurt, right? They go on a warpath and they're like, I am going to take that person out. I've seen this happen multiple times in a bunch of different industries. And I'm going to give you a heads up. Punchline to the joke, it never ends well. And this right here is why you should join my email publication, hvactechsecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. So you got my warning. It never, ever, 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 ever ends well, right? It doesn't. And because, like, at the end of the day, the people who are performing the mutiny really have no power. They really have no decision-making, but they get wound up and they get upset, they get angry, and they just can't let it go, okay? It's drama. It's drama. So fair warning to you for watching. Like, I'm really pointing at you. Like, I hope that felt aggressive. Don't get sucked in. You want zero part of this. As the problems go on, you want zero, like for real, zero. You want zero part of this. And because, like, most of the time there's no coming back. How are you supposed to come back from a mutiny? Like, you have, like, for lack of better terms, stabbed an owner or manager in the back and then been like, hey, everything's okay. Like, it doesn't work that way. So it just doesn't happen. And then, you know, what you really need to know is it's super, super duper, super, super, super negative. Like, there's, like, I can't put too many supers and it will consume you. You want to see some numbers tank. You want to see failure in the sales process. You want to see anti-mental sales toughness. Get caught up in a mutiny, okay? And what you need to know is, here's what you do. 1, you decide to not engage. I'm not going to be part of this, right? You're going to get some peer pressure. You're going to get some people saying, hey, here's what needs to be done. Run far away. Like, I don't want any part of this. Make it very known. I want no part of this. Don't use my name. Don't say that I said anything, right? If it's an HR issue, go to HR, right? Like, this has always been my belief. If I have a problem or belief, I'm going to take it to the responsible roles and the responsible people, and not everybody needs to know my drama. Like, this is just me personally. You know, I don't tell you my drama. You don't need to know my drama. It doesn't matter. It's not interesting to you. And if the company is that toxic, then leave. If you've got that much of a problem, go work somewhere else. You could put that time, energy, and effort into closing deals. You're not ever going to get back what you wanted. It's a sunk cost fallacy. It truly is. So I'm going to give you an example. A couple of years back, I knew of a company, not even in Sacramento. So, if you're like, hey, Scott, what company was it in Sacramento? Wasn't in Sacramento. And they didn't like the owner. And for various reasons, the management team, like the team got involved. all of them, and said, we're going to take the owner out and we're going to do a hostile takeover. Well, owner finds out about what's going down and fired every single management member, period. Like, just, I don't care at this point. I'm going to walk in, I'm going to fire everybody. And every deal that was on the table, every arrangement that was on the table, it was gone. And the owner had to hustle, struggle, every word that you could imagine to try to make things work, and was able to get the company turned around. It took about 18 months. But having the conversation with the owner, they were like, hey, it was the best thing that I ever did. It was all the most toxic people. So for you, if there is a mutiny on the company, do everything you can to run away from them. And once again, if the company's that toxic, go spend your time where somebody loves you, right? If you're good at what you do, somebody else will love you. Rule of life, rule of relationship, business, personal. If you're good at what you do, someone will love you somewhere else. Somebody will always love you somewhere else. Like in a relationship, in personal relationship, in business. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Well, I'm going to add a 4th one on this one. There's a mutiny going on at your company. Stay the heck away from it. You want no part of it. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button. Click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. Like, you don't want no part of the mutiny on the bounty. It's not good for you. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.